All right, Shalom. From the phones, I'm going to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash Bakathum. No honor to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and to all the occupants across the globe. Preaching the word and truth in the city, I'm going to say Shalom. This is our dying now from the great millstone campus, Chicago. With a quick lesson, man, just going through the group me. And St. Benji had posted, this little clip on TikTok, a little compilation of clips, actually, about people sighing and crying about the dollar not going as far as it did back in the day. All right, me and my wife just went out yesterday to Walmart to get some essentials for the house, and we didn't get much, man. It was $107, and it was ridiculous, man. We had 3 bags, but the crunch is being felt across the world, all right, or across the United States, definitely. All right, and it's going to get worse. It's all because of who's in rulership. All right, so I'm gonna get Ecclesiastes 4:14. For out of prison, you know what? Let's get this real quick. Let's get that. Let me see. Let's see. Let's get this first. It's Revelation 20. And 7. I'm gonna start to get to the point. I'm gonna get the backdrop. It's Revelation 20 and 3. Start at 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. The bottomless pit is Europe, and that chain was Esau being put into the Caucasus Mountains for those 1,000 years, man. As was prophesied in Job, all right? And you lay hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. To let you know that this dragon, this devil, Satan, has a physical counterpart, all right? And there's historical proof, biblical proof, archaeological proof that man is the so-called white man, the Caucasian, Esau, Edom. And he lay hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled. He must be loosed a little season, all right? And that's the Caucasus Mountains, all right? The Caucasus Mountains, Mount Petra, Mount Seir, all right? This is the place where Edom had lived, all right? Being a caveman, so to speak. Well, no, not so to speak. He was being a caveman, all right? But it says that after that he might be loosed a little season. That little season, all right, was him coming out of the mountains to regain Europe. Okay, these are also biblical prophecies. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads, on their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach 1,000 years. All right. So this place where we're at, where Esau is ruling right now, all right, they're going to get the elect of Israel are going to get brought to the judges, brought to the courts, all right, and some of them are going to be prosecuted and martyred, all right, for preaching and teaching the word Salaki of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay? Why? Because the elect are not going to receive the Karagma, the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right, that's now being implemented. The infrastructure for that to go worldwide is in place. And those who don't accept the mark, all right, are not worshiping the image, they're going to be not only exiled from the free world, so to speak, they're also going to be targeted and round up, all right, by the elite. But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years are finished. This is the first resurrection, all right? The rest of the dead are the other heathen nations, man, all right? And after the 1,000 years, they're going to be going back to their own lands, man. All except for Esau, Edom. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death has no power. But they shall be priests of the Most High, and of Meshiach shall reign with him 1,000 years. Verse 7 is the point. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather themselves together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. All right, but the point is, verse 7, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. All right, so after the 1,000 years, all right, of them being in the caves, all right, the Lord put the Spirit upon them, all right, to come out and to fulfill prophecy. All right, you see, Job 9:24 says, "Earth was given to the hands of the wicked." It was given to him after 1,000 years, man. All right, that's his, when he came out of prison. All right. So Ecclesiastes 4:14, for out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becometh poor. All right. So this man who was released out of prison, soon he became to reign upon the earth. All right, his citizens, his employees, so to speak, because he is an employer. All right, because we all work for Esau. All right, you're poor. You don't have enough to sustain yourself. Inflation is at an all-time high. You see. All right, and the cost of living has gone up, but the cost of wages has not gone up, man. All right, so a two-family household, all right, is doing just as bad as a single person household, man. All right, and this is the way of Esau, Edom to pressure you into receiving that mark, into accepting the image. It's ultimately being part of a new world order, which is to subject the less fortunate, so to speak, all right, into submission, into following him unto destruction. All right. You see, we have a vagabond, we have a murderer, we have a profane person ruling over us right now. You see. This is 2 Kings 6. You know what? Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go. Right. Proverbs 11:26. He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him, but a blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth it. All right. And Esau has all these storehouses and warehouses. All right, seeds stored up. But when he does come down with his great wrath, right, he's going to have enough sustenance for him and the elect, or for him and his elect, the elite. All right? Food doesn't have to cost this much if you allow people to farm their own land without having GMO seeds. and fruits and vegetables and livestock are being fed it. You know, there's what they call reservoirs and storage houses that Esau has that that he's using, that he's holding back to purposely manipulate the market to create a shortage, so therefore the prices can go up. You see. Well, right now the people are cursing him because we know there's enough food, we know there's enough land. I think we're traveling from Arizona to Ohio, man, and there's enough farmland for everybody to have their own land, to have their own homes. But he's holding things back. Therefore, the nations are angry, man. All right. It says, Sirach 14:3 says, riches are not comely for a niggard, and what shall an envious man do with money, man? All right. And who's worse? Who's more envious than Esau? He goes around coveting lands and fields, cultures and resources, man. All right, and he makes a profit off of these, man. The lithium, he has people out there, children out there dying in the collapsing of these mines. You see, he has paid them little, but making a great benefit and profit off of the resources of these lands, off the backs of these people, man. And what's he do with his money? He keeps it for himself. A wicked eye envy of his bread, and he is a niggard at his table, man. All right. So this man Esau, man, all right, is not here to benefit you, man. All right, he said in Wisdom of Solomon 2, he said that is feeble, is found to be nothing worth. Anything lower than him, all right, is nothing but a stepping stone, a welcome mat, you see, for him and his cohorts. Sirach 31:23, whoso is liberal of his meat, men shall speak well of him, and the report of his good housekeeping will be believed. All right, he's talking about Jake. Also, man, you can go to Esau too, man. If Esau is more liberal, all right, with the goods he stored up, because the scriptures talk about how he stored up goods, all right, but the righteous shall put them on, the elect shall put them on, roughly paraphrasing. Talking about physical goods, man, but what about the sustenance that people need to sustain themselves, man? You see? All right, this man he's a hoarder. He's a pack rat. You see? Yet he won't release the funds needed to help certain areas, to help people. He won't release take it easy on the laws and tariffs and the taxes that he imposes on people, so they can feel a reprieve and get a relief from the pressure. All right, and the anxiety of people trying to make ends meet, working their ass off, 2 and 3 jobs, both parents, man. You see? But against him there's a niggard of his meat, the whole city shall murmur, and the testimonies of his niggardness shall not be doubted of, man. All right, and you're starting to see that, man. Everybody's starting to realize, man, that you've done nothing but make the whole world in subjection. You made the whole world, especially here in America, beggars, man. You see? And now, you know, that shameful spirit will come upon you, man. All right? Your own people speaking ill against you, man. All right? Of course, we're signing a crime against of all the abominations done here. You see? But now, it cannot be hid, man. We know who it is who's creating all this backlog of holding up the goods from coming in, man. All right? Not distributing the wealth and resources evenly amongst the people, man. And now that it's being brought out, man, you start to push back by creating more and more distractions, more and more tumults, and more and more corruption is growing, man. You see, I'm gonna end it on this. Is Haggai. Says Haggai 1:6. You have sown much and bring in little. Yea, eat, but ye have not. You eat, but ye have not enough. You drink, but you are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes, man. All right. So when you think you've got a little extra money in your paycheck, boom, there goes a fucking extra bill coming, man. Or here goes a rent increase. You see? Here goes a gas increase, the electric bill increase. All these things are could be fixed if you had a righteous ruler in place, man. You're paying for electricity when it's proven electricity is free. You're paying for water, which the whole world is over 80% water, man. All right. You see? You may put in a little extra overtime, but guess what? The kids need glasses now. All right. Verse 9, I'm going to skip down to verse 9. It says, you look for much, and lo, it came to little. And when you brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why? Says the Lord of hosts, because of my house that is waste, and ye run every man into his own house. All right? So the things that you do think you saved up, and the Lord going to blow it out of the way. Like you never had it, he's going to scatter it, man. You're not going to be able to save any money. Why? Because the house of the Lord has not been built. I fairly sure I can find it. I'm not sure if I can word it right. And his house lay waste, I guess. Oh, hold on, I want to get it in the blue letter. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I can't word it. You know, but that's basically it, man. All right, the Lord has put him in place for him to do this, man. All right. It's wicked as hell that he's doing this, man, but it's all the will of the Lord. All right? And ultimately, man, for us, man, we're almost out this mother, you know? You know, we got to stay, you know, because look, the Lord said, the heathen shall envy. Matter of fact, let's get that. Have abundance. Second Ezra 2:27, be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance, man. All right, so we're not worried about it, man. All right, but day of trouble is coming. All right, so we got to prepare ourselves mentally and spiritually and physically to some extent. All right, for these times that's coming ahead. So ultimately, the Lord, Yahweh outside, is going to deliver us, and we're going to be okay. So with that, I want to say, call halal, Yahweh outside. I want to say, apostle, any other great millstones. Next time, shalom and a baba ball.